Hi, I'm Jamie Undy, and this is my fishing podcast. This is a show about all things fishing. Whether you're a commercial vessel owner or you only recreationally fish, whether you're interested in fishing but don't fish, you buy the magazines, you watch the TV shows, or maybe you know somebody and you're fond of them, and you know that they love fish or the ocean. Perhaps you're just like me. You own a rod, you always have, and simply enjoy time alone, hunting for that dream catch. There'll be something for everyone in this show, I promise that. I'm not here as an authority on the sport, but just as a friend to you, the listener, to turn you on to new things like equipment, stories, updates of records of size of fish, on weight, on speed, and I'll bring you updates on how they taste too. On today's show, we're joined by our resident fishing expert, Kevin Fallstrip, and we always will be. We're talking about his specialist subject, bait, and invite you to call in with your dream catch, and Kevin will help you with that by recommending the perfect stuff to use to tempt it in. This week's story from the ocean is written by Simon Drayle from Port Erin in the Isle of Man. We're also playing Rods, Reels and Deals, which is where we welcome you, the listeners, to call in and offer used fishing equipment or goods for sale in a live auction. So have a think, what's in the garage, what you got in the car, and even what have you found that you can no longer use. Get in touch with the show and speak to my producer Mark for that thing. First though, let's have a listen to a compilation of voicemails by some of our listeners, you, boasting about some of the catches you've made this week.
Three mackerel and a scad off a pier behind Newcastle. I couldn't believe the look, they all came in at once.
Angela, I'm a nail technician from Durry. My husband and I took our new bleeper whap rig out yesterday, about 4 miles off Cresher Cliff. Sailed straight into a cacker of flatfish.
Wow, what a busy week you all seem to have had. Caller 1, 3 mackerel and a scad, is not unusual in that area. If you'd have called in shouting about a gairfish, then I would have called you back straight away. And thanks to Angela for sending in a photograph of that sighting. For those who don't know, a cacker of flatfish is a grouping. It's not rare to see, but whatever. I mean, from the photograph, the expressions on the face of you and your husband, it was a very special day for you both. You're listening to the Fishing Podcast with me, Jamie Undy. Next on the show, we are joined by our resident fishing expert, Kevin Fallstrip.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. And we will take calls from you, the listeners, on your dream catch. Call in.
Call 07.
We'll just go to the
give them
website,
my number.
www.fishingpodcastjamieundy.com, and you'll find the number there to call in.
Are we going to go to the calls?
Yep. We have Sophie on the line. Hello, Sophie.
Hi, Jamie. Hi, Kevin.
Go ahead with your dream catch.
Well, my dream catch is a £17 silver capper.
Kipper?
Capper.
Ah, Kappa, that's
a river god, Jamie. That truly is a dream catch. You'll never see a £17 silver capper swimming in the river.
I know.
listen, it's unlikely you'll ever find one, but you've called in. What I recommend is, if anything, I'd probably use a ginger knicker worm.
Oh, what's that?
I mean, that's not something that's on a piece of bait you could buy anywhere. You'd have to find it. I could tell you how. Would you be happy to hear how?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, Sophie. Do you live near a beach?
Yeah.
Right. When you go next time the tide's out, walk down onto the beach and on the flat sands. About every 10 yards, there'll be a cluster of yellow spots on the sand.
Yeah.
And to find the ginger knicker worm, what you have to do is use your index finger. That's probably usually the best one to use, and precisely put the ball of the index finger down through the yellow spot into the sand up to your knuckle. Now, have you got long nails?
Yeah.
Right. Jamie, what I usually tell people is if you're going to go searching for bait, let your nails grow out. Because what you're doing when you're down up to your knuckle is you're picking. If you pick for long enough, you'll come across the worm. It's a tricky bait to catch, but for such a rare fish, that's about the only one I can recommend. Is that all right, love?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
We've actually met before, Kevin.
Oh, hope we. Yeah, goodbye, Sophie. Hope we helped you.
I cut her off. Thank you, Sophie. We have another caller on the line, Kevin, and it's Maureen, another fisherwoman. You there, Maureen? No, there's no one there, so... Well,
I can hear something,
we
Jamie.
got time for those calls anyway.
Maureen. You there, love? You're on
Maureen.
Dreamcatch.
You there? Maureen. What's the last name, Mark? For all the latest information on fishing, listen to the Fishing Podcast with Jamie Undy.
Story from the ocean.
Welcome back to the show. As fishermen, if you do it for a living, if you do it recreationally, there is a lot of downtime. So that provides moments where you can be inspired by what's around you, what's in your head. And a lot of people out there, including myself, end up sort of imagining stories from the sky, from the trees, the landscape, and the sea, and what's beneath. So welcome, Simon. Please share with us and listeners your story. What is it? What have you got?
Hi, Jamie. This is a story about. It's just
What's it about?
It's about fishing.
Right. Okay.
And you know when the line goes down past the surface?
Yeah.
And all you can do is imagine where that line lands and what's between the surface
Inspiration.
and the bottom, where the weight has landed.
What's there?
And I started thinking, what is down there, man?
So-
what is down there? So it was a gorgeous sunny day on the 27th of August this year. I had a pen and pad.
And
I started writing.
so what do you write?
And it goes like this.
Okay.
It's called Watch You Hide the Riptide on a Gorgeous Sunny Morning in
That's
August.
the title.
That's its title. Watch You Hide the Riptide on a Gorgeous Sunny Morning in
Right, got it.
August.
Go on.
I was fishing on a grass bank. I looked down beneath the stones, passed through to the water's edge. And what was there? I was alone. I looked up to the sky, I heard a bird sing. It rang in my ear and I never thought I'd feel it like I did that day. The ringing in my ear from the call of a bird.
Sorry.
But my senses were alive because I was alone. My senses were alive. My senses were alive because I was alone.
Yeah.
And this is my home. Just for today. Cast in, cast away. Cast as far as you may.
Yeah.
Cast below the ocean's depths. Lower than anybody's dared to go before. Lower than you've seen. Lower than you'll ever see from the position you're in. That was the position I was in.
Yeah.
Wait, be patient, hold in. Hold on to the grip. Let it rip. Tide. Feel the feathering of the line going out. Ring, ring, ring. Wind, wind it. Wind back, wind forward. Let it rule. Let it reel and rule. You be in control. And feel it. A fish passed. I felt it. It didn't touch my line, but I felt the wave. The ripple from below. Swimming fast, I felt my sense go bang, bang. Didn't know what I was feeling, but I thought it was a fish. My fist clenched. I sat on the bench. Zip! I undid a bag. Zip! I put it back again. Zipped it back again. Had something in my hand. It was a new choice of bait. But it was too late. Because the weight and the hook were down with what I chose.
It's still the story, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm reading this, yeah.
Right.
Got it here. It's written down. Skis. Hooked away. Skis. It drew and hauled me a little bit closer to the edge. Skiz. That was a fish. I knew it. So I started wheeling in. Skiz. What? This isn't real. Didn't feel real. This isn't what I practiced. This is nothing what I felt before. It was a tug below the water slaw.
The what?
The water slaw. Like the texture of the ocean. Just let me read it. Again and 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 again. Hook, hook, drive and drive it. Reeling it in, trying not to hide what it's trying to hide from me. It's a fish, and I want it for my tea. Hook and wind it. Yeah. I'm nearly there. But I could feel it, trying to get away. Oh, damn, I think I've lost it. I thought to myself. Under there, hooked in myself into the bench of my belt. Give myself some anchorage onto the bank. This was a tough one, and I was going to win. Then I saw the fin over the wave breaker. Take me closer to the breaker, will you? I want to see it closer. So draw it in. I said to myself, draw it in, Simon, draw it. Jesus, draw it, will you? So I was saying this to myself.
You're reading this, aren't you?
Yeah, it's written down, yeah. Tugged and it tugged it down again. God, this is going to be a hard one, I thought to myself. A sunny day, I was alone. My senses were all overblown.
Been there.
God, seaweed, there's got to be something down there. Is this really a fish? I was drawing it in. Gosh, God. Oh, line's dead. Something's missed the thread. And I was thinking, what? Now? But then it tugged again. And I thought, yeah, this time I've got it. Draw. Winding it in. There it is. Wow. And it was horizontal on the surface of the water through the breaker, flopping and driving, and diving and skiving. And I just slowly flopped it in, and then did a real wind in fast at the end until I got it. And it was in my hand. I looked into its eye and it was still alive. So I picked up a rock and smashed it across its face and bent all its lip up into its jaw. And then I unhooked the thing, the hook out of its mouth. Then sort of put my rod down and then sort of held it in my hand. It was dead now and this was mine. I was so proud of myself.
It's beautiful.
It was a day, fishing. And that's my story.
That is great.
Yeah, but I wrote it on the day.
Yeah, well done. Next up, we have callers on the line, ready to play Rods, Reels and Deals. Rods, Reels and Deals. On the line now, we do have Gwyn. Are you there? Tell us what you're trying to sell here, girl.
It's got attachments at the corners. It's got 18 holes in it between the threads.
Well, what is it?
To drain out the water from around the fishes and hook it in.
Right,
Scoop it in.
sounds like a net.
Look,
Are you selling a net?
it's a net. Selling a net.
Right, it's a net. So what's your reserve?
A reserve of £40.
Right, reserve of £40. What we're going to do...
It's a good net, it's still in great condition.
Right, it's a used net. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the music, and when you hear this...
The reserve needs to be met.
Yeah, when you hear this,
Yeah, okay.
you get a bid. So you ready? We're live.
Uh-huh. Yeah, come on, let's go. Do it.
Yeah, we're live now. There's no bid so far.
Yes. Get in there.
Nope.
Keep going, just try. Sell it!
There's no bid so far, I'm sorry.
Try a description. Sell it. Be a salesman for me.
It's a used net. It's great condition. Trying my best here. What else?
You can catch anything, nothing too small. You get sharks in the damn thing. You can catch
Big fish.
big fish. I mean, you can do what you want with me. You can even hang on your wall and sort of staple the thing to the wall.
Right.
As decoration.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Well, I do.
There's our first sale.
This is some sort.
We're up to £10. Reserve is 40.
It's kind of like you can just throw over at the end of the boat.
We're at £15.
Keep hold of one end,
Yeah?
and someone else the hold of the other end, and you're scooping stuff out of the ocean straight onto the fucking boat. It's a net.
There's another bid right there.
Tick! Tick!
And then another. Only at £25 though. The reserve.
Has to meet the reserve.
We're only at.
Keep pushing it.
It's a great net.
Go, Jamie!
18 holes in this. All right, there's 18 holes in this. Yeah, I'm trying this. £30 we're at. The Right, okay. The reserve is only at 30, is 40. You heard the man. Free delivery. There we are. A few bids coming in. The reserve has been met. We're at 14. There it is again. And it's sold. £65, young lady. For your nets. Oh, that was intense. You happy with that? I think she's happy. And congratulations to Sid from Surrey. And your username there is 66257. Get in touch with the show and we'll talk to you about postage. Do we have another caller, Mark?
Yeah, we got Russell on the
Okay,
line.
Russell
Jamie.
is a working fisherman from Yanion in Wales. Are you there, Russell? What are you trying to sell, mate? What is it?
Am I on?
Go on,
hello? Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead.
Right, well I'm selling. It's not a piece of fishing equipment, but I've just re-kitted out my commercial boat, because I'm the owner of it.
Oh, right.
We just put a new toilet in there, and I wondered if anybody... I've had this toilet, my old one, for about 15 years. It still sort of flushes and that. Still in good condition.
Okay.
And it's ready just to fit as one piece. There's a little crack in the base, but I've plastered that up.
Okay.
And it would do to anyone who's looking to offload any. It's a good.
Into the...
Not usually boats don't have
Oceans.
toilets on them.
No, it is
But if you want the luxury of having
Yeah.
one on your boat, this is the perfect item for you.
never. Well, it is a special item. What are you out there now?
Yeah, I'm out here now.
Okay. Well, as long as you haven't used it since you put it on.
Okay, yeah, no, I understand that.
Okay, 'cause we're not selling soiled good. What's your reserve?
Reserve, I'm going to go for 60 quid,
Okay,
I'd say. 65 quid, 70 quid. 75
£75, right.
for the reserve there.
75 it is then. Okay, so well, you know the rules.
Yep, ready when you are.
So we have, as soon as you hear a... When you hear
There's
that,
one. I think it's going to go fast, this.
that's when it's up. Right, well, so anyway, we're going to go for it, okay?
It's a chain pull
I'm just trying. I'm not
mechanism
live
on the
yet.
flush.
I'm
So you're
just trying
reaching
to
up.
start the...
You have the comfort of just reaching to
There
the
we are,
side of
live.
you and pulling the
Yeah.
chain down. So you don't have to get up
It sounds
all sticky-arsed and
That's
push down the
convenient.
lever. You can just sit on the toilet whilst you're still, once you've just finished, and pull down the chain. It's that
We've got
easy.
a couple of bids in now. We're up to 30 quid. Russell, keep trying to sell it so we meet the
You just
reserve.
plug it up and it flushes out through the... If you fit a pipe down there, coming out straight onto half the side of the boat, and it's flooding out into wherever you are.
What you're
out in
saying
that
is
deep
bringing
blue.
it in because we're at 50 quid.
Does number
Oh,
ones
wow.
and number
Okay.
twos, yeah.
It does pisses and shits, this one. So, couple more.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah,
Keep going
we're not
with it
quite at
then.
the reserve yet, so we're at
I'd be so pleased if it did.
£75 now. That is the
Okay.
reserve, so we've met it.
Yeah. Close to it, are we?
Yeah, so do you want to sell it there? Do you want to?
I'll throw the toilet seat in as well. It's an old-fashioned one, so it doesn't have one, but
Right,
I'll throw one
okay.
if you can fit that. I'll give you the... Hey, I'll come and fit it myself.
It'll come and fit the toilet seat for you as well.
Right, well, don't sell it yet.
Going as a
Let's get to
bargain here.
100. Let's get to 100. Over 100.
Well, we're at 100 now.
Let's go to 130. Come
There
on,
it is,
let's
100
push this to this. Come on. Please, guys.
I don't.
Only had it-
Seems
it's
to have done
only
it for you.
15 years old.
We're at 130 now. Do you want to sell it
Nice
there?
one. Oh,
well, it's
good.
sold.
Oh, I'm pleased with that. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, please,
Well, don't
cheers.
thank me. There's a lad called Adrian from. It says Dora Donson here from Ireland. All the way across that blue sea, the Irish Sea. Get in touch with the show, Adrian, and we'll just put that off, Mark, and we'll talk about how we're going to get it to. We'll have it nicely, professionally cleaned for you and stuff. And as you said, Russell said he'll come and fit that seat for you for free. And I look forward to enjoying having sitting down and letting it pass through on the ocean, but at your convenience. I'm used to all the boats I've been on, we do off the side. But anyway, or into sort of empty bottles or something. I've had a piss into an empty cigarette packet before. Well, I could tell you stories from out on that blue. Inhibitions go. Different type of... Anyway. That concludes this episode of the Fishing Podcast. Thank you to everyone involved in the show, to my producer Mark, and to all the callers today. Keep in touch throughout the week with what you've been catching, and leave a voicemail, be in with a chance of being featured next week. There's all kinds of stuff that we've got planned for episode 2. Thank you for listening. Mark, I'm out of here now. Is this your cup of tea? Can I take this? Because I think mine was in the... I'll take this as mine was in the takeaway cup. It's flat cold. Oh, it smells like tea.